a thumbs up when we're good. Hello, everyone. Welcome here to the first iteration in our first inaugural episode, I guess you could say, of the Racing Group. I'm your host, Christian Crusader Shriver. Down below is right over as well with Chantel the Throttle Pottle. And as well as our guest tonight, you have Mr. Bobby Kahn. Ladies and gentlemen, good to have you on board tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been looking forward to it all week.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah, certainly was indeed, man. So obviously this is our first podcast, so there's gonna be things in here we're still working on, we're still getting used to, and doing a lot of crazy stuff around here. But it's still awesome just to see how much things have changed and how much things have gone. And obviously things have definitely changed. I know for you down there, Chantel. I know you're hosting this up and watching this here tonight. Obviously, as your shirt as well says, you had a little bit of a change in platforms and leagues as well. So I guess that really just kind of brings me to my first topic here tonight. I just kind of want to talk about, which is for you, and that is when did you start online racing and your own league, and what got you into that whole sport?
I started on a console on NASCAR Heat Evolution, and then we started our own league in 2016 or something like that. I think it was. And then we went on Heat 2. Or was it Heat 2 or Heat 1?
Heat 1.
Heat 1, yeah. And then that's where I picked up Khan 2, and he came in on season 2.
It's kind of crazy to think that you guys had started from Heat and all that, and kind of grew up from that. How much of a difference, like, would you say like the racing was from like Heat 1 through to Heat 4 when you guys were still on that platform?
Heat 3 was probably the best that you could get that I can remember. It was really good racing on there, and then we went to Heat 4, and then they started to change the game, and then Heat 5 was a disaster, so we left.
Yeah, it did. It's my favorite was probably Heat 3 because there was such good racing in that. But it kind of lost its spark towards the end, and I did go to 5. But yeah, it's developed so much in like the last couple years. It's been insane. It's been so cool to watch it grow.
Absolutely, yeah. It was definitely. I don't know how it was for you guys, but you said I kind of joined in late with everything, but for the Heat series, but that's already been said and done for other areas. But nevertheless, though, I guess I gotta ask real quick here for UConn. You're obviously our guest, so that must mean you were not around when everything started and everything became, what it is now. So as we talk here on the racing group for the first time, how did you and Chantel even meet? How did you even get involved?
I raced with this guy named Tyler Roush, and it was with most of the people who would run in I forget, it was a Pro Invitational or whatever it was, the equivalent to Heat, like that where Bear raced at, and a couple of the really top guys that ran there. And Roush invited me to run into this truck series called what was it? I think was it Metal to Metal? Or Short Track Showdown.
Yep, and if you look on our screen right now, that race is actually showing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Insane.
It's your very first race that you attended with us.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can see it.
That certainly was a little bit of a change in atmosphere considering what I'm used to these days.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I know I broadcast. I don't know how the heck I would have been able to call, man. That's like that's definitely arcade style.
So do you
racing,
remember
but
the track? Do you remember what track it was?
It was. I believe it was Homestead. Was it?
No, it was
Homestead
Las
or Richmond.
Vegas.
What's that?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But I was like, really gonna. It's like a fun race and do a one race thing, and then after the race, I was like, that was awesome. Like, this isn't gonna be a one race thing. I want to try to I want to finish this season up. And then that was 2017, and
Yeah.
I never raced with another league since. I never raced anywhere else, But just that first race, there was some magic there. I like that, and then I was like, I won't race with anybody else. So that brings back a lot of memories. You can probably tell by my face how wide it is, smiling. But it was so simple times. It was just pure racing, and it was there wasn't anything on the line for it. It just was a true people that really enjoyed racing. That's a different time, you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, folks. Con was not referred to his face being wider, as he's a little bit bigger. He's a good sized fella, but he ain't that kind of that kind of level in this case. I think I got him beat a little bit here.
Yeah, you couldn't wipe the grin off my face talking about that. That's just that's your memories, you know. It was just hard racing. Like, don't get me wrong, like the trophies we get when we win championships and races and medals, that's all cool. But it was just none of that was involved. It was just that's race. You know, it's like a short track. Not a lot on the line, but probably the best fun you'll have.
Yep.
I was about to say, like, I know there was one time, Chantel, you was holding it wide open on one track, because I went back and watched some of your stuff, and I remember you had no trouble making sure that wall was your friend, because you seemed to love smacking that thing around and driving it all over the place.
Yeah.
I watched the tapes. I studied these things, unlike most broadcasts I do.
Yeah, it was a championship on the line there, and Khan was after winning some, and I was like, frigate, so I went for like 3 in a row that year. I was surprised. It was Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, and it was Cup that I got it at. It was at ISM, and yeah, I blew my right front tire, so I had to hit the wall to keep going, and that's how I won the championship.
I remember. Oh god.
I don't want to hear nothing about blowing tires at ISM for trying to get into a championship. We're not talking about that today. Thank you very much. We're not going back to that.
I gotta say, like, I think if I remember it right, I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, it's on the screen right
it was
now.
Is it? I think the last lap we're going into, I think the old 3 and what was it? Old 1 and 2. 3 and 4. I passed out of 3 and 4, and I was like, I think I got it. Like, cool, I'm gonna win the championship, and I had like a 3/4 second lead, I think, and all of a sudden, I'm like, she just gained like a whole second, and I'm like already celebrating, and here she goes. I'm like, and she passes, and I look, and I'm like, I got it, and the results came up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That was like the best like battles of line.
Yeah.
Please tell me one of the producers is playing that clip right now and how
Yeah.
close that was. Someone please play that, because
It just showed up.
I've watched it. I've watched it 1,000 times. Like, I keep going back and forth on it, because you have to remember, folks, when you're racing, like, it don't matter if like it feels like an arcade or it feels like a legit sim. Sometimes racing is just racing it. It gets extremely competitive, extremely close to where you don't even realize what you're up against, and for the fact that you thought you were already confident, you were pretty much set in stone, and then she just comes right at you and says, bye. That's got to be like the most sick cold burn I think I've ever heard for any kind of racing moment.
It was like you having like $1 million check in your lap, and you're like, your foot from the bank to cash it, and someone snatches it out of your hand and runs. You're like, what? I've never even.
Don't worry, folks. His Wi-Fi's not doing as bad as mine.
It was a straight battle. I mean, it was like the coolest race I probably, even though I lost that one, that was probably one of my top 5 races I enjoyed, and that was cool.
So I guess with that being said, though, what would you say would be your favorite race between you two? I'm gonna ask Chantel first, because it seems like you have quite a few favorites. But like, what was the one you remember the most between you two? Because obviously you've been to war and back. We've talked about it plenty of times whenever we see you two on the track. But what was your favorite?
Oh my god, it's too many, but ISM for sure, that's one I'll never forget. And we had really good battles at Iowa, like side by side for laps.
Oh, big time.
And I think it was Indy. We used to set our cars up and just float around each other and drift the turns and stuff and just fly.
You could haul there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my all-time favorite. It was the Truck Series at Homestead, and if you remember, we had probably 3/4 of a second lap times faster than the whole field before it even started. And I think it was a restart with like 10 to go, and we were there was, I think there was like 13 or 14 cars, which is pretty big for that time period. That was a lot of cars to race with, and we started in the back, and we were coming through the field, and we were side by side probably 80% of the time. and we're at one point I think we were 4 wide going through people, and there was no wrecks. It was just straight. It was I think she ended up winning that one. She won. I think she won that race. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
But the battle of it was like the cars were just obstacles. We were just on a whole other level with it. That was insane. That was my favorite race, for sure.
Honestly,
Definitely
though,
seems
when I think of Homestead, the reason I don't say it because every time I see anything about Homestead, I just keep thinking about the time I got brake checked for the championship. Do you
Well,
remember?
what happened? What happened there exactly? Because I know we're still talking on NASCAR Heat. We'll get more out of that.
It was
But
nothing to do
what
with
happened?
it was nothing to do with Con. It was to do with an old league member we had, but it was like 2 to go or something, and I was getting ready to pass Buddy for the championship, and he brake checked me in the turn.
I just stuck the pedal straight down into the wrong metal.
Oh, he meant it.
No, oh,
Oh,
you meant.
no mistaken pedals.
Okay. So his idea is basically just push the brake pedal more than the gas pedal and hope for the best. Okay.
Oh no, he was doing like probably 150 miles per hour and went down to about 90.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh yeah. She like the one thing with at Homestead. I've raced so many races with Pottles. Like I'm a top feeder. I run the high line as much as I can. He's on the bottom. Well, he was running the entire time. The whole and coming to the last corner, he ran low and checked up like 30 mph when he was 2 car lengths back, and he fell back. And I remember watching it. And I'm like, I can't repeat what I said when I saw that, but it wasn't good. I was like, it was purpose. It was on
Yeah.
purpose.
Wow. That is ridiculous, man. Someone tried that like on what we do now. They would get protested. They would get booted, and like that would have been just like, no, you would never be shown again on anything related to a race because that's been like enduro demolition derby just nonsense. That's like trying to be in a bangers race and just literally trying to make sure your car gets destroyed right out of the gate, but much
Yeah.
less trying to wreck somebody else. Who would do that?
Yeah.
It was definitely. I mean, I think because of the imagery, you can see that it was on purpose, but you can never. We couldn't prove it. You know, it was fun.
It certainly was. So, I again, no, we've had a lot of fun times with NASCAR Heat. Obviously, I've got stories for it, but it's really about you guys tonight in this one. So, I guess that kind of boils down to something major that had changed though with NASCAR Heat, and had changed from what the league had gone through and gone and done. Was it made a big switch over a year ago, and Colin, you were the one that implemented. So, what was the reason for the switch for you? And Chantel, why did you follow?
You can go first, Con.
Well, I saw. Look, Heat 4 I think was a great game, and when Heat 5 came out, I didn't want to get it at first because I wanted to see how things went, and I just, for me, I saw that everything was going to iRacing, and so I got it and I raced it, and I was just the first time I raced it, I wasn't even thinking about how much fun I had. I was more like, this would be an awesome opportunity. Like everyone's going to enjoy this so much. This is going to be such a long-term thing to do. And it all started falling into place. And I didn't think it would. I thought we would stick to console. In that case, I would have raged both. But yeah, once I tried it, I wasn't even excited about the fun I had. I was excited like this is going to be awesome. This is going to be such an opportunity for everybody. And look what it's turned into. I mean, it's not. I thought it was cool when I just pitched a sale, but ultimately Pottles the one who pulled the trigger that said, "Hey, let's switch it. Let's try it out." And man, what a good call that was. That was amazing.
Chantel?
Yeah, well, for me, Heat started going in the wrong direction. They were just, I feel, thinking about the money and not about the customers or anything like that. So I went over to something a lot better.
Something a lot better, obviously, being what we do now with iRacing.
iRacing, yeah.
So, I guess that kind of boils down to one little thing I have, which is, if you could, would you have just gone back and done the racing you did from Heat 2, Heat 3, and maybe a little bit of Heat 4 instead of iRacing? Or do you feel like iRacing overall has been the better choice, and you guys had more fun doing that?
iRacing been a lot better actually. Like you got to learn, I guess, the real stuff. Because in Heat 3, me and Con just do a setup up and we just drift the turns instead of race it. And then when Heat 4 came out, you had to actually conserve your tires, and I didn't have a freaking clue how to do it because I was so used to Heat.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I always in heat like in the trucks like I had that figured out. I could run those trucks like there was no tomorrow. And then Heat 4 came out, like she said, tire wear got so much different. And my driving style to this day, I have to pull back a little bit because it's so used to what I was used to, you know. Um, so that I think I would never trade Heat, but it would have made us all. I think we would have been a lot further developed in how our skill set is right now, you know. But I wouldn't trade the Heat thing for anything, you know.
No. But yeah, with Heat on Heat 4, it just didn't feel right. You would start off tight, and then when you wear out your tires, you just get super loose, and obviously that's not real, and you're supposed to get tight, not loose. So I just I started to hate the game, and then when Heat 5 came out, they just pretty much took Heat 4 and put it on Heat 5, and that's when I had enough.
I was about to say that actually I can speak from experience because I had to buy Heat 5 for other reasons, but yeah, they pretty much did that because there was still times I saw that pasted logo of Heat 4 like around the track and on the
Yeah.
greens and surfaces and stuff. That was like when I knew right out of the gate, like this is so generic and just like you said earlier, Chantel, this is just a complete money grab, which it's unfair because a lot of folks trusted Heat for that, and a lot of folks are still trusting NASCAR 21 for that. And I don't ever see myself going to that or even trying to remotely go anywhere near it just for that reason. Unless there's something special that happens, I don't think you guys would either, would you?
That's I don't think so. I mean, I think right now, I think we're all invested in Heat, and
Yeah.
the risk of I mean, there's a different engine I think with R Factor taking over, which isn't bad, but console games are always going to be console games. They're not going to be simulators what they are now. And
Mm.
with
Yeah.
computers, the technology is so much greater than what you can do on a console. Whether like what we're doing now or the streams, you know, we can't do the same thing no matter what they try to say. You know, it's not going to be comparable.
Yeah, iRacing was definitely the better move, so I'm just glad we went over there. So Con, did you want to tell us a little story on why you have chose the 21 car to drive all this time?
Yeah, it's real funny. Like when my the first time I started playing simulator games was back in '97 or '98. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I think it was Morgan Shepherd that drove the car in the first NASCAR racing game, and the 21 car is what I thought that's so cool looking. And here I am in 2021, been more than 20 years, and that's still my car that I pick every time.
Mm.
I just Morgan Shepherd I thought was funny as a kid because no disrespect, but he was never finishing well, and I'm like that would be so cool to see that car finish up and win and have like top finishes, and that's why I picked it. And still, I still use it. What was you always chose the 5 car? Why did you always choose the 5?
Oh jeez, I was 4 years old when I just liked this car growing up at my local track, and it was the 5, and I just stuck with that number for some reason. I never ever changed. All my years of racing growing up, it's always been the 5, and just never went away. I did go away from it there for a little bit on Heat because I had to drive the 95, but I stuck to the 5 pretty much.
Anything with a 5 in it, we're cool. Like that
Yeah,
was the logic of thinking.
yeah, except for the truck. I used to race the number 10, but
Yeah, that's
mainly,
right. A Jennifer Joe Cobb truck, I think
yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh man, the good news is the person behind the truck at least could drive better than the one that did drive the truck. No offense to Jennifer Cobb, but compared to like
I
all the
want
other
to get it.
females I watched, like Chantel can drive the wheels off anything, dirt, asphalt, or a road course. It don't matter. But actually, that kind of leads me into one question because I know you guys haven't done just Heat and all that. You've done iRacing as well, but somebody asked in the comment section, how much sim racing experience do all three of you have?
I guess for iRacing, I only got a year's worth. That's it.
Um, took a break from the time I was 17 till 24, 25, when I was just kind of, for lack of better words, just kind of like wild as a kid. But probably close to 15 years.
If I guess I'm gonna add in, I only got 1 year in iRacing, and if you include Heat, maybe less, maybe like a year or so. That's about it.
Well, I think
I wouldn't
Heat for me was like 4 or 5 years or something, but that's not
yeah.
racing.
Nah,
I can't. I can't count in Flat Out 1 and 2, or any of the other games. Even Gran Turismo, I barely played because, like, me and my brother, we had so many different tastes. Like, he would play Midnight Club, I would play Flat Out, or I'd play Dirt to Daytona. So I guess that counts, but it still ain't much.
Yeah.
it's still a racing game, though, you know. It's all the passion for it, you know.
You say that now, but it's like, no. So, uh,
But yeah, on iRacing, yeah, it's been good. You got to learn, I guess. I ended up changing my wheel, which helped out a lot, and I started winning a lot of races and a few championships now, a few medals, and getting up there.
what uh, what wheel did you change to? Because I know I changed some. Because I can't show on camera, but you guys can probably see the bar hanging around here.
I
Sorry,
can't
guys.
I can't tell because too many people will get it then.
Oh, good point.
No, it's the T300. G29 was just not the way I felt like. It just didn't feel real to me. But when I got to T300, it started to feel a lot better. And then I added butt kicker, um, V3 pedals, and I got my own seat now, and I got 3 monitors, so it really helps.
I can't say anything either on wheelbase wise. But I think honestly we should save that for like a different subject, like the differences
Yeah.
between gear, uh, belt drives, and the direct drives these days. I think
Mhm.
that'd be a really long topic. So, but Con, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, I did. I would use the T150 forever, and I went to the G923 or what, whatever the same one as a G29 but updated. Um, it's been a learning curve, but when I'm hot, I'm hot with it. But when I'm cold, it's like a freezer. It, it's been a curve for me. Yeah.
You, you sound like a really bad Katy Perry music video when you're saying that. You're hot and then you're cold, then you're yes, then you're no. Like, come on, man.
But yeah, it definitely matters. I think they says it don't matter, but obviously something matters because we all know how crappy I was on a G29, and when I changed my wheel, everything just went different. I was like a total different driver altogether.
Yeah.
I was
There's
about to
nice.
say, I was about to say, you only had like one win for like the whole season when you first got on. That was the first race of the season. That was at Charlotte Motor Speedway because I remember racing you in that, and Con as well. And I still will never forget Con trying to make the draft work in a street stock in Charlotte. Nice going there, smart one.
Yeah.
Little bump, little bump.
But yeah, I went through 2 G29s in the span of 6 months because they just didn't feel right at all.
Two?
Yeah.
They say those things are reliable.
No.
I guess like I can't be too mad at Logitech. Honestly, wheels can't break easily. I will say that right now.
I don't think it was actually broke. I think it was just I couldn't feel what I thought I should have felt. But when I got this T300, it was like, yeah, that's what I need to feel.
I guess the only thing left really is a direct drive, which again we'll save that for a different topic because we're getting kind of in there. I guess we could have one more question. Really, is there anything you guys think off the top of your head you may want to try to ask about? Because we've had that one comment from the fans, but we haven't heard anybody else yet.
No, I'm pretty good on my end. I just got some goals to get going, and my next thing I want to save up for is a motion simulator. I actually get into
Why?
it
Why a motion simulator?
because I want to feel the car now.
Shouldn't you already be feeling enough of it with that butt kicker jolting you around?
No, it's all Khan's fault. He made me invest too
It's
much.
an addiction. It's so hard
God,
to
you
quit.
don't have a motion sim, don't you? Like, what the heck do you have?
Man, I'm very stuck in my ways, but I use a steering wheel mount for the end that has pedals and a gear shifter. But I sit on a kitchen hardwood chair, like a little 5-year-old 4-legged chair that's hard as a rock, that's what I've used forever.
Wow.
And I'm scared to switch because it's like I'm comfortable with it and I don't want to go bad again. You know, like
How are you comfortable sitting on a kitchen chair? Like, I had to. I'll tell a story about this on the podcast one day, but long story short, when the internet here went down, I had to move my stuff somewhere else to get, to some internet for a race. I had to sit on a kitchen chair that felt like if I rocked it back and forth, I'd be back in the 80s on a rocking chair when I'm racing. When you're trying to hold a wheel that's jolting you around, trying to swing you out of the place, yeah, good luck trying not to feel all over the place with that thing. I don't know how you do that.
well, in a real car, I don't lean back in the seat. I have it like more straight. I don't know why, but when I race, I've used computer chairs, and as soon as I go back a little bit, I'm like, I don't like it, and so that's partly why I sit in a chair. I hover over the wheel when I race.
You definitely need a actual sim chair one day, but then you'll realize what a mistake that was. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I know what I got right now. It's not a complete sim rig, but
The same one I
mean,
got. Well, I love my chair. I got this now 4 years. It's worked good
I
for
just
me.
got this like less than a year ago, and this is like perfect. And I know you're shorter than me, so for those big fellas out there, if you ever need a review, I already did one of this, but that's beyond the point. These things for a 6'1" guy, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, I have to give it a shot. I'll have to take a look at some of them, see what they look like.
I think you will be interested to have them, but I think that's I think might be all the time I have for today, guys, because we got personal lives and family lives and stuff to go to. So, but Con, it was a pleasure to have you on board for the first episode of the Racing Guru, man. Thank you for coming on board, Chantel. Thanks for helping me host this one here, and
Yep.
what a show it has been, guys. Hopefully, we can see for many more.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
for
of
sure.
course. Yeah, it's been well worth the wait. This is awesome. I liked it. But thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed that.
Yep. Well, I guess we're good to go. Maybe next one we can, three of us can get back on and talk about all the good things about iRacing, I guess, and the experience we had with it all and stuff.
Ooh, do I have a lot to talk about with the dirt before I even touch this thing with asphalt. And I know you guys can come at me for that one. So you'll have asphalt and you got Dirt Boy over here. We're good to go on that one.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All right. Well, guys, gals, everyone that tuned in for the first time, first off, thank you so much. If you enjoy the show, again, be sure to tune in for the next one. Hopefully, we'll make this kind of a weekly deal, or at least get you a show out there enough times in the month and the year.
Twice a month or so.
Maybe
Yeah.
years. Yep. So, other than that, though, guys, if you enjoy the content, like I said, always like and follow here on Facebook, and check us out when we go live. We will see you guys next time.
See y'all.
See you guys.